Come scusa?
Sei di qui te? Di
No,
Sassuolo?
no, sono di origine inglese, però vivo a Genova.
Ah, ok.
Sì, sì, ho fatto questa attraversata, diciamo, ieri sera.
Vabbè. Quanto ci vuole a Genova? Un paio d'ore?
Allora, sono partito alle 11 del mattino e sono arrivato alle 5.
Ah,
Però
però.
con i mezzi
Ah, ok,
non
ok,
ho
ok.
guidato. Così ci avrei messo un po' meno, no?
Sicuro.
Ho fatto il cambio a Milano e poi Milano, Reggio, Emilia, Pulmino da lì. Sì, sì. Invece tu hai detto che sei di...
E Pistoia?
Ah, Pistoia, ok.
Montecatini è...
Toscano, no?
Sì,
Pistoia.
Toscana.
Mm.
Montecatini è a 10 minuti di macchina da Pistoia.
Ok, ok.
Un paio di ore di macchina.
Sì, sì, sì. Ah, così fai tutto in giornata, poi
Sì,
ci
sì, sì,
torni, no?
sì, sì, tutto in giornata.
Sì, sì. Hai detto che domani non ci sei.
No.
Mm.
Ci saranno loro interni, non lo so.
Mm. Ok, ok.
Non so niente.
A
Non
volte,
sapevo
a volte è
nemmeno.
meglio così, no?
Sì,
Meglio
sì.
non sapevo.
Non sapevo nemmeno durasse 3 giorni, quindi.
No, ma bello, no? Un
Bello,
bel
sì,
evento,
molto bello,
sembra
sì.
tutto ben organizzato.
Sì, sì, concordo.
So che hai detto che non sei un amante, diciamo, del
No,
calcio, però a
però
vederli
così, bravi,
mi fa impressione.
mamma mia,
La velocità anche, come tirano, no? Botte, sono...
questi sono ad alti livelli,
Questi qua?
che grado sono di
Ma
categoria?
alla fine tutti i partecipanti hanno vinto il proprio campionato domestico, no? Quindi questi qua, gli irlandesi, hanno vinto quello irlandese, poi c'è una squadra inglese, turca e via dicendo. Poi le altre quattro giocano all'altro stadio,
Ricci,
a Ricci.
quindi sono buoni livelli, via.
Sì, 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 sì. Poi la prima partita che abbiamo fatto fra la squadra turca e polacca, in teoria sono loro i più forti.
No,
Però i turchi sono proprio contati che hanno avuto problemi con la Farnesina, no? Le è mancato il visto in alcuni casi.
porca miseria.
Sono proprio loro senza campi, quindi sarà faticoso, no? Immagino.
Immagino. Ciao, no, no, dimmi. Ok.
Partiamo, Giacomo, giusto?
Penso a 5 minuti.
Ah, ok.
3 minuti.
Ah, ok.
Ti dico io 55.
Ah, ok, benissimo, grazie. Good afternoon and welcome back to our coverage of the Amputee Football Champions League 2024 here in Italy. After already having been treated to a feast of football this morning, we resume activity here in Group B as we are moments away from kickoff. It will be the clash between Turkish side Sahinbey and Irish representatives Cork City, both looking to bounce back from defeats in the first round of fixtures. Defending champions Sahinbey going down to Polish side Wisła Kraków by 3-0. Cork City, on the other hand, defeated by English side Everton 2-0. Both sides hoping for more joy this time round. The second and final fixture for both teams today, with the third game of the group stage to be played tomorrow. Sahinbey changing from the white strip in the first game to the royal blue for this one, and a change as well for Cork City in the other direction from blue to the white and green. Recalling the colours of the country that they are representing as Sahinbey get us underway here, kicking from right to left. The defending champions will be looking to restore their confidence after that walloping defeat at the hands of Kraków, the team they met in the final of the last edition back in November. The Turkish side slightly restricted by a lack of substitutes, down to the bare squad for this one. Impressive resilience despite the defeat in the first game. We'll be hoping for a more positive outcome against Cork City. The Turkish side will begin as the favourites as they look to mount an attack early on here. Familiar combination between the attacking pair of Kemal Gulesh and Hussein, yet to bear tangible fruit. Cork City with a chance to domesticate the ball and come forward in their own right. Down the channel by Kevin O'Rourke. A clash between Neil Hoey and Halil Esen. Play will continue. Another tackle allowed to pass unobserved as Hussein has a chance to shoot. The shot first time from the number 7. Repelled by Cork City captain Fergal Duffy. A bright start then for the Turkish side. Hussein to take the resulting kick in. Again looking to combine with Gulesh. Captain Fuat Tashtan, who picked up a yellow card in the defeat against Krakow, with plenty of time to get things started from the back for the Turkish powerhouses. Again, Gulesh providing the option on the left. Goes past Huey. Denied by the crutch of Kevin O'Rourke, and that will mean it is a free kick to Sahinbey, beginning with plenty of energy. Using the couple of hours lunch break to dust themselves down and rally ahead of this second game. Both sides looking to play catch up then with Krakow and Everton. Halil Esen and Gulesh standing over the set piece. Laid off instead to the skipper. First time effort. Sean Murphy with a important intervention, but it will be a corner. A strong start from Sahinbey, looking for a reward. The cross onto the head of Aladin Kashki, who can't make a firm contact. The two-time winners of this competition with an unfamiliar defeat in the first round. Starting brightly, however, against the Irish champions. Both teams keen to register their first goal of the competition as the play moves out towards Rory Murphy. Denied by Tashtan. Cork City looking to impose their game on their storied rivals. As Duffy aims to restore calm from the back, returning it in the direction of Murphy, beaten to the bounce by Tashtan. One of two players to pick up a yellow in the first game alongside Kemal Gulesh. We'll have to be watchful that those do not accumulate, especially given their restricted numbers of outfield players. Trying to set Hussein on his way. Neat first touch from Halil Esen, opening up the space. Denied robustly and uncompromisingly by David White. White and Sean Murphy, a formidable pairing at the heart of the Cork City defence. Molon. Infield now to Halil Esen. Really makes things tick in the heart of the field for the Turks. Gulesh trying to get a shot away. The Irish players protest, but the free kick is given. The match officials for this one, Nazaros Jakitsoglu, Mario Schmidt and Miguel Angel Moreno. A chance then in a central position for Sahinbey. Gulesh not afraid to put his body on the line, showing good resistance to bounce off a number of defenders before eventually going down. In discussions with Hussein and Halil Esen as to who will take the resulting free kick. as the Irish team assemble their barrier. Shane this time lays off to Gulesh. Neatly worked by Sahinbey. The final execution just lacking. Sharp movement from Gulesh. Lost cheaply by White. Sahinbey come again. Hussein trying to locate Gulesh in the box, but the hand of Duffy puts it behind. The pressure mounting on Cork. A stoppage with defender Sean Murphy down. A change of crutch perhaps required here. And a chance for Cork to catch their breaths. It has been an onslaught of Sahinbey attacking pressure thus far. However, we remain goalless. Kashki prepares to deliver from the right. Hussein and Gulesh, the interested party in the box. Short to Hussein, looking to work the angle. Lovely 1-2, but one pass too many there. Hussein may have been better placed going for goal himself. Delightful link up with Halil Esen. So much importance on this clash. Both sides' hopes of going deep in the tournament depend on a positive outcome. Sahinbey in particular playing with real intensity. Know exactly what's at stake as the shot is flashed in by Halil Esen. Duffy getting perhaps crucial fingertips to it. Corner now from the opposite flank. Gulesh, a flick on from Halil Esen, inviting others to apply the finishing touch. Duffy with the booming clearance, looking for the head of Kevin O'Rourke. The ball returns to Sahinbey. Lovely first touch from Gulesh. Looking for the return pass from Hussein. Not forthcoming. A display of frustration there from Gulesh. Nice to see a shake of hands between him and Rory Murphy on the end of that shove. Free kick duty given. Gulesh in animated discussion with Halil Esen. Looking for more incision in the final third. Everything else has been there for the Turks. For now, Cork City keep them at bay. Looking to come forward now themselves. Neil Hoey struggles to keep it under control, but well won back by White. Hoey once more. Fouled by Halil Esen. Hoey not shy in expressing his dissatisfaction towards Sahinbey's number 8. It will indeed be a Cork City free kick. Specialist in this department, Rory Murphy, set to take.
3 up for Cork. Looking to snaffle a goal against the run of play. Murphy's effort going directly towards goal. Hussein looking to navigate. Murphy, Hussein, that is a delightful goal. Sahinbey open their account for the tournament in some style. Indeed, a terrific solo effort from Abderrafou Hussein. Amazing dribble from the number 7, clinically finished, going past 2 before dispatching past Fergal Duffy to give the defending champions the lead here. Just as Cork City was starting to come out of their shells somewhat, starting to move forward. With more numbers, they get stung on the counter. A merciless piece of play from Hussein, cutting through the defence like a hot knife through butter. To reinstall that pedigree confidence of Sahinbey. They now have a foothold both in the game and the tournament. Have to defend this corner though. O'Rourke swept away by Tachan. Lovely first touch by Hussein, who blitzes past White. Hussein lays off to Gulesh. Rory Murphy, the man with the block, a timely one as well. Sahinbey threatening an immediate second. Once more looking to prosper through this man on the counter. Hussein certainly up for the challenge. Goes past White once more, but denied by Sean Murphy. Double ricochet off the attacker, and it will be a goal kick. Murphy's long ball snuffed out by Tashtan. But the captain penalised, resulting in a free kick for Cork. Tashtan pleading his innocence to the referee. Nothing doing, however. Sahinbey will have to defend with O'Rourke and Murphy considering the options. Murphy leaves it for O'Rourke. Playing it to Murphy. The shot through the crowd. Needed saving. A good low block from Mert Yildiz. Called upon really for the first time this game. Alive when required. Gulesh takes it quickly. Molon. Gulesh gets his head up, rise the tackle, still Gulesh trying to play it through the eye of the needle. To Kashki, but back with Sahinbey. Halil Esen, Gulesh, rise the challenge. Lovely skill from the number 17. Cork with numbers back. All 6 of the outfield players forming a suitable barrier, but undeterred, Sahinbey come again. Gulesh drifting over to the right. Popping up everywhere at present, the Sahinbey number 17. Drops to Shane. However, touching a crutch on its way through, giving Cork a reprieve. Head coach there, Coughlin, in discussion with second in command Ian Matthew, trying to plot a route back in to the game. No substitutions yet from the Irish champions. More defending to do here. Gulesh, Hussein, back with the number 17. Such a great understanding between the pair. Rory Murphy with a smart back heel. O'Rourke gets the call from his teammates under pressure, but Sahinbey win it back nevertheless. Gulesh all alone. Gulesh! Great save from Fergal Duffy. Looked to be a carbon copy there for a second of the first Sahinbey goal. Gulesh trying to emulate teammate Hussein. This time Duffy able to prevent the effort. That one will go all the way through to opposite number Yildiz. Gulesh, the recipient, looking to take on Murphy. Goes across field to Shane. An important flick from Sean Murphy. Unrelenting pressure from the Turkish side. A welcome whistle for Cork and a chance for liquids to be taken on board and instructions expressed. Fatih Karakush, head coach of Sahinbey, will be feeling a bit more comfortable than at this stage of the first game. His side with the lead, courtesy of that brilliant solo effort from Abderrafou Hussein. Animated discussion between the coach and his players. Certainly one of the favourites coming in to the tournament, the two-time champions, Sahinbey. Such a strong tradition for amputee football in Turkey. Well done, European champions numerous times, professional league as well. Really setting the benchmark for others to follow. The sport growing across Europe, as witnessed by the growing involvement and participation in the recent edition of Euro 2024 held this summer in France. As we get set to resume here at the Mappe Football Centre. With the corner for the team in blue. Gulesh set to take. Calling for a short option. Instead it goes all the way through to Halil Esen. First time. Unable to keep it down. The long ball from Murphy. Cut out. 4 against 3 here for Sahinbey. Gulesh spots the movement of Halil Esen. Again, Rory Murphy having to make a very important block. The ball remains in play though. Backs to the wall at present for Cork City. Sahinbey knocking on the door for a second. Tashtan now. Murphy penalised. The Turks keen to add to their lead before the half-time whistle. Halil Esen perhaps given the nod for this one, alongside captain Tashtan, who leaves it for the former. A venomous strike from the number 8, always rising though. Cork able to frustrate Sahinbey, managing to keep the arrears to 1. First change of the clash sees David White withdrawn. On in his place, Oleksiy Bakay. Douglas and Molon battling for it. Cork City player gives chase in vain ultimately. The Irish side looking for opportunities on the break. The quick ball over the top, trying to catch their opponents unawares. Such a tough task, of course, facing Cork against one of the mighty teams in this competition. And Sahinbey had a second. Just like that, the advantage is doubled. Halil Esen with his side second, coming down the opposite flank to the first, putting the defending champions in a strong position, going towards the interval. Really clicking into gear this game after the trials and tribulations in the first with Krakow. A tough task gets even tougher for Cork City. Halil Esen dropping deep to retrieve, brimming with confidence, understandably, after getting off the mark. Tidily cleaned up at the back. Captain Tashtan going for the direct route. Hussein gliding into a promising position. Bakay's first touches since entering the fray. Straight to Yildiz. Gulesh with a pocket of space, only Hussein ahead of him. Halil Esen also moving forward now. Close control from the number 17, so difficult to dispossess. Hussein considering the shot on Duffy's goal. It does take a nick on its way through, as Kashki comes across to deliver. All but Tashtan forward for Sahinbey. A higher cross this time around. Tashtan going for the audacious effort. Recycled by the Turks. Halil Esen with space to turn. Just getting his wires crossed with Gulesh. Another break in the action in what has been a captivating first half. Some may have billed this one as a David versus Goliath encounter. The might of Sahinbey on full display, despite the reduced numbers in the squad. Tremendous energy and drive from the men in blue, leading by 2-0 against Cork City. The Irish side making their second appearance in the Champions League after last representing Ireland in 2018. Sahinbey, on the other hand, well versed in Europe's premier competition, looking to defend their crown. Getting off to a sticky start, but seemingly back on track as things stand. Group B in action today here at the Mape Football Centre. Group A's games, on the other hand, being played at the Stadio Ricci, both in Sassuolo. Gulesh trying to jink past his defender. Hussein laid off to Halil Esen. Brilliant block from Bakai. Bounces favourably for O'Rourke. A chance for Cork to move out. Try and relieve some of this intense pressure. Sahinbey far from content with the two. Pressing for more. The attacking trident of Gulesh, Halil Esen and Hussein, ever dangerous. Tashtan drives out of defence. Good ball over to Hussein. Halil Esen waits for the delivery. Sean Murphy in the way. O'Rourke once again providing the outlet. Jack Douglas denied the chance to move forward by the whistle. Bringing the first half to a close here in the second round of group fixtures here at the Mape Football Centre. Reigning Champions League holders Sahinbey leading Cork City by 2-0 at the break, courtesy of those strikes from Hussein and Halil Esen. We will join you in a few minutes' time for the second half. lovely. Thanks very much. Welcome back to the Mape Football Centre as we prepare for the second half of this Group B Champions League clash between Sahinbey and Cork City, the defending champions from Turkey, with a 2-goal lead going in to the second half. Looking to bounce back ably from that defeat in the first game against Wisła Krakow. Cork City looking to find a route back into the contest after having gone down in their first game against Everton, and it will be the Irish side to get us back underway. The winners of Group B will take on the second place side in Group A. And vice versa in tomorrow's semi-finals. The final group games to be played ahead of those once more tomorrow between here at the Mape Football Centre and the Stadio Ricci, both in Sassuolo, the host for this year's edition of the tournament. The first time being played in Italy as the sun begins to break out once more in this beautiful part of the world in Emilia-Romagna. And Cork City with a free kick. Rory Murphy looking to send it into a useful area. O'Rourke. Lovely bend on the delivery, but well watched by Yildiz. Quick to set Halil Esen on his way. Already on the score sheet this game. Sahinbey's number 8, so influential. Options either side, neither found on this occasion. Helped forward by Bakai. O'Rourke battling to try and tame that ball. A difficult one as Hussein tries to dispossess Hickley. Back on the field for Cork. Hussein through the middle this time. Laid off to Halil Esen. Takes fire. Prompting a strong block from Duffy. The two goal scorers linking up there. Sahinbey very much picking up from where they left off at the end of the first half. Trying to put the game beyond all doubt. Good response from the Turkish side after that first game defeat. Not something they are too accustomed to. Such is the strength of the game in Turkey. Such a talented side. Real prowess. Cork City, despite trailing, certainly holding their own. O'Rourke pushing down the right. The loose ball almost flicking the way of Connor Elliott. Swept up by Sahinbey. Hussein with bottomless reserves of energy down the right. The cross diverted by Bakai, who for a moment there would have had his heart in his mouth. Fortunately for the defender, the ball going over the bar, but it will be a corner. Hussein retrieves, 2 for company. The Irish defence getting in the timely block, but a crutch does intervene, so it will be a free kick. Shane, no doubt one of the standout performers at this tournament. Really coming into his own in this game as Tashtan sees his effort kiss the outside of the post. Sahinbey inches away from a third. Long from Duffy. It bounces towards Connor Elliott, just out of reach of the attacker. The Cork attack having to feed off scraps at present as Gulesh dances through the defence. Still Gulesh off to Shane. They're queuing up. And the ball crosses the line, perhaps taking a deflection on its way through off Oleksiy Bakai. Sahinbey almost toying with the Cork City defence there before getting the shot away. It was a tight angle for Usain, but undeterred. The ball wriggles over Fergal Duffy's line, and Sahinbey now in a extremely commanding position. They lead by 3-0. Usain's second goal of the game, one in either half. And the Turks starting to hit top gear. Cleverly done by O'Rourke. Cork City refusing to throw in the towel. Solid block there from Sean Murphy. Shane looking to pounce. Full of energy. The Sahinbey attacker, but has his pocket picked by Bakai. Good to see that there are no hard feelings between Shane and Bakai after that tackle. Cork City in possession. Murphy making the run if he can be spotted. O'Rourke playing it just behind the number 8. Patrick Hickey standing in front of Yildiz, trying to obstruct his vision. In the end, it goes towards Elliott. O'Rourke with the effort. Few and far between this game for Cork, trying to capitalise when the chance does arise. Had to take it hastily. Gulesh. A lovely drop of the shoulder to go past Hickey. Halil Esen takes the initial contact, but play is brought back. Sean Murphy penalised. As Sahinbey set about trying to stretch their lead even further. Gulesh, the lone candidate, still desperate for his opening goal. Integral to Sahinbey's success so far. Still in the box, ricocheting around. Cork City desperately trying to clear their lines. Sachan with the final effort. Oleksiy Bakai down in pain for Cork. And calling for a substitution. The Rock at the back for the Irish side. Having to succumb to injury here. Receiving treatment. Hoping to prolong his stay on the field, but immediately giving the sign to the bench that he would need replacing. Up steps Mick Lennon. Sahinbey, of course, forced to stick with the same starting group of players. No outfield substitutes on the bench for the Turkish side, making their endeavours thus far all the more impressive. Looking extremely fit and in great condition. Confirmation of the substitute. The arrival of Mick Lennon for the unfortunate back eye. Hopefully it is not the end of the number 4's tournament. Elliott drops in. Met stride for stride by Marlon. Hussein inviting the exchange with Halil Esen. Such a dynamic trio in attack for Sahinbey. Esen normally the pivot. Tremendous battling spirit from Cork, embodied by Kevin O'Rourke, scrapping for every half chance. Wins the kick in. Receives it from Murphy back towards the number 8, but Tashtan steps in. Off comes Sahinbey on the break. Gulesh, lovely dribbling. Hussein gets it stuck, but Gulesh can surely add a fourth. Had it not been for the heroics of Duffy, still in the box. What an incredible save from Fergal Duffy to keep it at 3. Sahinbey pouring forward. Gulesh once again denied, at least for now. Tashtan, this time it's the turn of the captain to have a crack. Duffy with more heroics. Sahinbey ferocious in attack. Cork with every hand to the pump at the back to keep things out. The trusty glove of Captain Duffy. An acrobatic strike from Gulesh. Determined to join Hussein and Halil Esen on the score sheet. Sahinbey's number 17. O'Rourke on the right flank this time, spots the run from deep of Rory Murphy. Elliott and Hickey looking to shake off their defenders. Hussein, exquisite first touch. Over to Gulesh. Gulesh slots it into the bottom corner. An ice cool finish from Kemal Gulesh. He has his goal. And the celebration from the attacker. Fully deserved for the performance that he has put in. Sahinbey's might on full display. 2 goals in either half. See them race into a 4-goal lead. Perhaps a case of damage limitation here for Cork. Trying to keep things as tight as they can at the back, but Sahinbey come forward again, and Gulesh adding his second in a matter of minutes. Had to wait so long for the first, and then just like buses, the second swiftly follows. Sahinbey running out of sight here, adding their 5th. putting that first game defeat thoroughly to bed here. Cork City determined not to let their heads drop, fighting until the end. Will still be keen to bag their first goal of this Champions League in what remains, but the victory surely belongs to the Turks. In the meantime, off comes O'Rourke to be replaced by Neil Hoey. Sahinbey with some further flowing football. A real joy to behold for the neutral when they are at their best. As we pause for a brief cooling break. Sahinbey set to take plenty of confidence from this performance into their final group game tomorrow, to be played at 10:30 at the Stadio Ricci against Everton. Cork City conclude the initial stage of their competition here at the Mapei Football Centre against Polish champions Wisła Kraków. In discussions with the coaching staff before we recommence with the final segment of the game. Gulesh set to take here from the right-hand side. A couple of quick-fire goals for the number 17, now on for his hat-trick. Deep towards Tashtan, looking to get in on the act as well, as is Kashki, both thwarted. Duffy quickly out towards Elliott, giving chase. The first substitution then of the tournament for the Turks. Sees the substitute goalkeeper get a few minutes under his belt. Seda Kurt on for regular stopper Mert Yildiz. Cork City following suit. A change between the sticks. Also for the Irish champions. Captain Duffy withdrawn. On comes Christopher McDermott for what remains. Looking for a personal shutout. Molon in a more advanced role now for Sahinbey. Hussein dropping in to defence in the meantime. Role reversal for the Turks. Gulesh resisting. The tackle's coming his way. Gets the shot in. Deflected wide. The honour left to Ali Molon. Kashki the closest, competing for the header. Drilled in by Tashtan. Once again the captain looking for the spectacular. Gulesh in particular would have preferred the pass. Space here then for Patrick Hickey. 3 against 3. Hussein with the timely tackle. Gulesh on the left this time, looking to take it past Murphy, but the ball behind the two on-rushing attackers. Gulesh taking umbrage with the movement of Kashki. Lennon into Sean Murphy. Neatly done by the defensive pair. Cork looking for a consolation. Hickey into Elliott. Space perhaps to shoot. That room quickly shut down. Loose from Hoey, who apologises to Murphy. Tashtan back to the open Gulesh. Looking to set up a teammate. Brought down fairly by Murphy. Hussein picks up the baton. Now Gulesh, the angle tight, the touch just a bit loose. Hussein comes last off Gulesh, and it will be a goal kick. Cork getting numbers around the ball to prevent the sixth. Lennon looking for the run of Elliott, but it's back with Gulesh. Plenty of room to operate in. Spots O'Shane. First time under pressure from Murphy. Gets underneath the ball. Both O'Shane and Gulesh chasing hat-tricks. Can either player achieve the feat in the remaining few minutes? McDermott and co will certainly hope not. Elliott calling for it down the left here. McDermott going the other way. Hoey. Intelligent play from Sean Murphy. Moving up into the space. Numbers forward here for Cork if they can be found. Both Everton and Wisła Kraków warming up just out of shot in preparation for their matchup. Shortly after the conclusion of this one, both teams casting a beady eye over proceedings here. Gulesh going the long way round, still got it. Incredible close control from the number 17, winning the free kick. The ball flicking up off the crutch of Neil Hoey. Taken quickly, allowed to continue. Halil Essen almost taking full advantage there, nipping in at the back post, well stopped by McDermott. Essen, who scored the second goal of the game. Tashtan making firm contact, tough one to execute. Rory Murphy clutching his right leg, a touch of cramp perhaps for the midfielder. Sahinbey in the meantime appealing to the referees for a penalty. Substitution signalled by the referees. It looks as if Rory Murphy will play no further part. Halil Esen also on the ground down the right here for Sahinbey. With their limited outfield options, the Turks simply can't afford to be without any one of their men, especially considering the talent and importance of Ibrahim Halil Esen. Really pulls the strings in attack, flanked by Gulesh and Hussein. Murphy's treatment continues, but good to see the number 8 return to an upright position. Taking the captain's armband following the departure of Fergal Duffy. It will be a free kick to Sahinbey right on the limit of the area. Off comes Murphy for Douglas, as Cork City try to prevent any further goals flying into their net. Sahinbey amassing 3 in this second half as Halil Esen has to limp off. Taken short by Hussein towards Gulesh. Ricocheting out here to the right with Kashki. Hussein evades the tackle. And the second, still Hussein. Gulesh with his back to goal. Again, Sahinbey knocking on the door. Cork City determined not to let them open it. Lovely outside of the boot pass from Hussein. Tashkan now, the captain, once more thwarted. Numerous efforts in this second clash for the captain, this time with a head, but again, no way through. Fuat Tashtan would have felt that he couldn't have done much more really to get on the score sheet. Still time, of course. Aladin Kashki with the deep delivery. Sean Murphy with the clearing header. Taken by Hoy, but behind Sean Murphy. Gulesh to the overlapping Hussein. Hoy sticking out his boot in the nick of time to deny Tashtan. Sahinbey having put on a masterclass really in this game. 5 goals to the good. Could have been more in reality had it not been for the heroics of the Irish backline, in particular Fergal Duffy. Late chance here for Cork City, trying to deny the Turks the glory of the clean sheet. Hoy takes from the left, driven low. And there goes the final whistle. Sahinbey defeating Cork City by 5 goals to 0. 2-0 up at the break, 3 more added in the second half. A dominating performance from the holders, bouncing back from their opening defeat. Cork City once again goalless, but winning many fans in the process for their effort and endeavour. The two sides' work for the day draws to a close. We will take a brief pause, but be sure to join us a bit later on for the final clash of the day here at the Mapei Football Centre between Everton and Wisła Kraków.